medieval countryside.
Yes.
You'll go through the city of Nottingham with the castle, and there's last count was like 130 different buildings down there. Then you'll go down a path, come around a corner, there's a tower, or there's a cathedral, or another small village, or another small castle.
Wow.
So we're gonna get on a
golf
golf cart. So you use golf carts in here?
We do when we're working, but
Right.
no,
Okay,
because of
golf
insurance
carts.
reasons, we don't allow people to use them.
Okay.
So when you're playing out here, you're walking everything.
Okay. But you have a golf cart
Yes,
to
for
just float
working out,
around.
yes.
So we're gonna do that. And how do you want to do that? Next?
Yes.
And I was going to ask you, do you still have military groups come here?
Yes,
I figured you did.
I've trained multiple military units from squad size all the way up to full company. I've
Wow.
trained multiple SWAT units out here as well.
Oh,
Now
all
over
right,
here
so
is
what's
two
this?
of our tournament fields. The one right here in front is the speedball field. It's a smaller field, fast-paced. Games usually last about 2 or 3 minutes. Then you turn the games around real fast. You can see the blow-up bunkers through this speedball field over there. That's a tournament field, an airball field, which we'll go by when we come back up through the field.
And you can see that that would be fast-paced because they're so close together.
Yes, but as soon as the ref blows the whistle, you can start shooting from Indiana.
So you said you were in the other sports before you did this. So we're very sportsy. Sue and I are very sportsy, but I don't know if I would translate into this. I mean, like, what did you play before you got into
Well, I was
this?
still in high school, so I played.
Look over there.
I'm listening to him.
So I played in, well, like I said, when I started playing paintball, I pretty much gave up everything else. That was in high
So
school.
what was the sports that you
I
went
was in
to?
baseball, cross country, swimming, stuff like karate.
Okay, all right.
And then, like I said, once I got into paintball, that was it.
This is it, because
everything.
it puts a lot of those skills all together.
Well, that, and I'm a big avid hunter.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
So what
Now-
is this?
This is the city of Nottingham. This is pretty much what everybody comes to play with the castle and all the structures around. Like I said, last count was like 120 some buildings, 1- and 2-story buildings, and you can see the castle right ahead of us.
This is very cool. I saw the castle right away. I'm like, ooh, a castle.
And this is also for our weekend games, our rec games. It's our largest field. It's about 4.5 acres in size.
Well, being an artist, I got to tell you, I like the color because all the buildings are the same color, and
Well, that's
then you got
bleached
the
from
green.
paintball, yeah.
You got the green in the background. It's just gorgeous.
Well, I think he said that that's because then what, you can see people better or not see people better? Or...
You're in paintball and you best duck.
Yes.
Okay.
But
I
then,
love
like
the
say,
lions.
This is the castle. This was actually the first structure I built out of railroad ties 22 years ago. It's got over 3,000 railroad ties in it. I hand cut and notched each tie, spiked them all together.
That's pretty amazing.
But it's got the inner keep and everything, and yeah, everybody loves playing in that. We play attack and defend the castle.
Now, do you paint? Does that have paint on it?
Yeah, that's the paintball, the broken paint. You can see the spots on it. From the
No, I
paintball.
mean the structure has.
No. Nope.
No?
Those are
Really?
just regular railroad ties that have been bleached from paint through the years.
Wow.
I used some. We made a flower bed. So
Railroad ties?
yeah. So
Yes.
I've got to start. I've got to start.
Go ahead, Joe. You had something to say?
Oh, I was just going to say, like I said, again, it's like a medieval countryside or medieval city. We got the cathedral back here, the cemeteries behind it with the mausoleum. So like I said, I built it to replicate a medieval city, medieval countryside. And this is still just our first field. We have 13 different playing fields out here for every weekend rec games.
How
And
many
then we'll
acres do you have?
have 74 acres.
Because I was going to say, that's a lot of fields.
Yes. Well, actually, we're not even using all.
Indiana. Their phone number is 219-325-8060. You can bring groups out here. You can bring your Cub Scout groups. You can bring paramilitary groups out here. Just make sure you make your reservations in advance. And it's a huge, huge, beautiful, beautiful place. I'm just amazed. I knew it was going to be like this, but
This is amazing.
this is beyond what I could imagine.
So Joe
That-
and
That's
Kathy.
opened up out here. I've been playing paintball for 40 years. Basically since it started. Paintball's only been around for 41 years. I started when I was a sophomore in high school and fell in love with the sport. And I've been in every aspect of the sport through the years. Tournament play. I've had multiple national championship teams that I founded and took them to national championships. Then in through the years. Then in 1990, I went to my dad with a business proposal about buying property and opening up a paintball field. So when we bought this land 32 years ago, we had to carry the tools in from the highway from 35 down Deer Pass. So when you come out here, everything that you see cleared, the parking lot, the camping areas, the staging areas, I've done in the last 32 years. All the structures out here I built. And when you do come out here, when you come in the rec center or the pavilions, all the timbers, everything is timber framed. All the timbers are from off the property here. I went and cut them, brought them up, built all the structures out here. And so like I say, that's been a labor of love pretty much. It's my life work out here. My dad and I started the business, like I said, in 1990, 32 years ago. Wow. In that time, the first 10 years, we pretty much focused on tournament play. 97, we had the largest tournament in the world out here. Wow. The National Amateur Championships was out here. We had teams from 14 different countries here. Then in 2000, I retired off the tournament circuit, got tired of the politics and the cheating, and focused more on rec play and what they call scenario play, 24-hour games, where it's all weekend long, from noon Saturday till noon Sunday. You play through the night. And that's the reason.
So how many camping sites do you have?
For the big event we got coming up next month, the Super Game, we have, I think it's 160 tent sites, which everything is primitive out here. We don't have any hookups.
I figured that.
And I think we got 50 RV campsites, big enough for a pull-through RV campers. 50 of them, yeah.
So they're coming from around the country.
Yes. We've actually had, well, around the country and from multiple other countries too, they come in. Like I said, back when we had the tournament, we had teams from 14 different countries. Since then, we've had players from 18 different countries out here playing. And the name, you guys always, you like to talk about the name, Sherwood Forest. When I started playing paintball was military themed. It was, all the bigger fields back in the 80s and early 90s were off of military, and people didn't know what paintball was. So they thought it was paramilitary, militias training, everything like that. So when I opened up out here, I wanted to get as far away from the military theme as possible. So I went with Sherwood Forest. Robin Hood. He goes, you guys should be open.
There you go.
We opened up, the first 2020 was our third best year. 2020 was the first year.
Yes, yes.
Last year, that was our third best year ever.
Yes.
Because we were open, all the Illinois fields and Michigan fields were closed.
Wow.
So we got a lot of new people that didn't know about,
Yes.
or heard about us, but didn't come because
They hadn't been here yet.
yeah, because they had local fields.
Right.
Then they came here, they're like, we're never going back to our local
Oh
fields.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, this is amazing out here. Totally amazing.
Yeah, I'll take you down through here. and show
People
you
that are
something.
listening on the radio, you really
On
have to.
Facebook Live and radio.
You really have to see this.
Oh, okay.
You really have to look at the video to get the full advantage of what we're looking at
Now,
here.
for the last 3 years, this is what one of my main projects is, the harbor. I built the island, the harbor walks around. On the south side, there's going to be a 80-foot by 20-foot replica of the Black Pearl from Pirates of the Caribbean. On the south or the north side, there's going to be a 45 by 15-foot replica of the Infernal One-Eyed Willie ship from the Goonies. And you're going to have battleship fights. You're going to be able to play across through the ships. There'll be 3 stories tall, and there'll be bridges and everything connecting all the pirate ships and that, and you'll be able to play through everything.
And there's real water here, folks.
Usually I keep it pumped out so I can keep working, but it's been so wet I haven't been able to keep up. And then, like I said, then we're coming back into the castle area. So that was just a quarter, not even a quarter of the playing field what we just went through.
Oh yeah.
It was lovely though.
Oh yeah.
And this is a good workout, just standing.
Oh yeah, just walking through and running, yeah, it is a great workout. Again, that's Castle Nottingham.
So have you ever? What's it like to be paintballing in the snow?
It's great for the first 10 minutes.
Then you start getting wet and cold.
Yes. And I have to laugh at all the first-time players in the snow. They come out in the white painter's jumpsuits. They go, nobody will see me. I go, yeah, until you get hit the first time. Then now you're a yellow or pink polka dots.
Target.
I'm like, yeah, good luck hiding in the snow and that.
So does everybody get a different color, or do teams get the colors?
We give armband tapes out so you know which team you're on. You can dress however you want. We do rent out or sell cheap jumpsuit, painter jumpsuits that are camouflaged if you don't want to get your clothes dirty. But the paint is water soluble, washes right out of your clothing, doesn't stain anything.
And is it always the same color, or do you have certain
We
colors?
have, we have field color, which is, it breaks like a fluorescent yellowish green.
Okay, so that's your
That's
color.
our field color, yes.
That's cool. That's cool.
Now we're coming up to, I told you, the airball field, the circuit field, which right now that's what all the tournament circuits are playing on, is a field similar to this. And the reason they do that is because you can change it around. Every event is a different layout.
Oh, wow.
So you can move those around.
Yes, move the bunkers around. Those are just inflatable air bunkers, we call them. And like I say, so every tournament is a different layout. It's not the same.
So how can we describe this to the folks on the radio,
I
Becky?
think the best thing you said is you got to go and watch it on Facebook
There
Live or
you
the
go.
YouTube video.
There's no way you can describe this. There's
Yeah,
these
this is
huge-
amazing.
Different shaped airbags,
Yes.
inflated,
Alien.
They're all gray,
and they are movable for different playing areas.
but
Yes.
they're all blown up, filled up with air.
So you can hide behind them.
That's
yes.
right.
You know what I think it'd be
You know-
good if you had athletes. You know, you could come and train one day out here because you'd
We've
be a
actually
better
had
player.
we've actually had pro football players play out here, baseball
Yes.
players,
Yes.
everything. And there again, it's a team build because paintball is really about team dynamics.
Right.
So it's a great team building experience.
Yeah,